I'm looking forward to this. How do,
Mr. S. Samworth?
Right, so what we're calling you, just for the...
Just Lee.
Right, so we've got Lee here, yeah, been bigging himself up to his mates and his family. That was coming in this legendary seat to talk to me, yeah. I obviously know him, he's a cheeky chappy from my time at Strangeways. I don't think our paths crossed at Forest Bank, did they?
No, I've never been in Forest Bank.
Never been,
no.
So obviously they didn't. Yeah, been bigging himself up, so I thought I would honour him with my presence today. First of all, apologies if my phone rings. Got one of our babies, Cat, in at the vets, so I might need to answer that. I'm dropping 20 questions today on Lado here. Special edition in my head, never done before. Put him right on the spot, and we'll see what he's got to offer. And then we're going to do his life story.
Let's get ready.
Let's get ready to... Are you going to call me Mr. S all the way?
Yeah, it's got to be Mr. Samworth, our boss, always. I don't know, it's just like most of the officers, Mr. Chester's, used to see him, Mr. Chester's boss, just...
What's boss stand for? Ain't it bag of shit?
No, it's just fucking boss. For it's all police.
So why boss or Mr. Samworth? Why can't you call me Sam?
Just respect. Just boss or Mr. Samworth. It's just one of those things that I've got with ex-prison officers. Any prison officer, even an ex-police officer, ever see boss or Mr. just is. So that's Mr. Samworth.
It is quite humbling. I tell everyone, I went out, right, let me tell you before we even get into this. So there's a lad who was a Cat A prisoner, yeah, he ended up on healthcare as an orderly. Good lad. We went out probably at the start of lockdown. I always knew I'd connect with him, yeah, so we went out. So I'm telling him, Sam. So there's his missus, my missus, we went out and pissed, we had a good night. After the second pint, we stood at bar. He's like that, Mr. Sam, what do you want? So you can see the bar staff looking, what's this, Mr. Yeah. Johnny Mole, call me Sam. Yeah, Mr. Sam, and that. It's strange.
It's just, it doesn't seem the same saying Sam or Neil or, no, just Mr. Samworth or boss.
Don't call me Neil, mate.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, it doesn't sound.
No.
It's boss to me.
Well, you could call me Sam if you want, alright.
Okay then, Mr. Samworth.
Right. First question. You shouldn't have bigged yourself up so much, should you? With your mates.
My wife said to me when I left the house, she said, think about what you're going to say.
You ain't got a chance because you don't know what I'm going to ask.
And don't tell any lies. That's what she said to me.
Good girl. Honesty is the best policy, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, what makes a good screw? Screw, for those of you who don't know the slang term for a prison officer, prison guard, whatever you want to call them.
What makes a good screw? A good screw is someone who can connect with a prisoner straight away. Someone who, most of us lads who go to prison, we know a good screw, we know a bad screw. It's just a connection that we've got. Like yourself, it's just a connection. It's just, you've either got it or you haven't. You can either be a cunt or you can't. You know straight away, you know a good screw and a bad screw.
So how long would it take someone, do you think, you know, if it's a new member of staff came onto the wing or whatever, how long would it take you to work out whether they were decent?
First conversation.
Yeah, that quick?
Yeah.
And do you...
I'd know whether he was a skitty cunt, I'd know whether he was...
What's that mean?
Skitty, as if he was a little bit above us, as if he was, right, come on you lads, behind you, behind your cage, and you know he was alright then. It's not like, if he's got the banter. But yeah, most of the time, first conversation I have with an officer, I don't know whether he's approachable or not.
For instance, if you were on a wing, yeah, and a lad come to you and said, right, I need this sorting out, how do I do it? You know the staff, you've been a while, you've been in and out enough. Would you send them to a member of staff?
I'd say go see Mr. Duffy, go see Mr. Smith, whichever officer was on that day who I thought was reasonable, and I thought this guy would get somewhere, that's who I'd send him to.
Right, what other qualities? Because you
just
get
the way you speak to us, just the mannerism. Because don't forget, you're just one of the lads at the end of the day, you're just doing a job, aren't you? So you either connect with us or you don't.
Do you think everyone sees it as a job though? You know, that you're just doing a job?
I think some of them look at it as probably that's the only fucking job they're going to get. I do. Because some of them you think, well, he couldn't work in a building site and he couldn't do this and he's thick as shit, so unless you've got a report to write, what are you doing all day? Locking up, opening up, locking up. Unless, like you say, you've got a report to write.
In a different life, do you think you could have been a prison officer?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
I will give you a quote. I've quoted this a few times now. I like it. It was an Australian prison governor, yeah. He said, some of my staff, i.e. prison officers, will make very ordinary prisoners. Some of my prisoners will make very good officers.
Yeah.
And that is quite appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah, I can believe that.
So the reason we're here now is not because I was a prison officer and you were a prisoner, and although that's how you meet, it's because of the type of people you are, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. Obviously we've connected. We didn't just connect in prison. Obviously, the first time I contacted you, you knew. I would have contacted you if you was a, you know, oh, this one.
A dickhead.
Yeah, yeah. Just one. And obviously, you would have replied, you know.
So a lot of your mates will know me, won't
they? Most of them, yeah.
Have you anyone ever say a bad word?
To be quite truthful with you, and I'll tell you straight, not one person has ever said one wrong word about Mr. Samworth. Honest to God, I've even spoke to lads who have even told me that they've even approached you and said things, and you've said, I don't want to hear no more about what you've just said. I've spoke to lads who've actually been in your presence,
yeah,
and you said things, and you've said, that's it now. Leave it and took it no further, and the lads have listened to what you've had to say because of the respect, and it's done.
Yeah, but
it's like when you say, if there was trouble on the wings, you could go to the lads who have got a little bit of authority and say, can you keep your eye on him? I don't think you had that presence. I think you've had that presence yourself, me, Mr. Samworth, because you was that kind of officer. I'm not stuck up your ass. I'm telling you straight. You was a cunt. I tell you. I'll tell you straight. You was one of those officers that you wasn't fit for. You was too good to be a prison officer.
Wow. It's how you treat people, isn't
it? Yeah. It's just that you had a heart.
Well,
that's what you
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Bit of empathy, bit of understanding. There's a lot of young people, you know, watch this channel who are going into a job, and a lot of officers who are in there, and it's just speaking to people, taking time, and treating them right into it. That's all you have. You know, you don't have to be anything else.
If you know yourself, when a lot of the lads who go to jail, 75% of the receptionists today, their heads are going to be up their ass.
Yep.
They're either going to lose members of the family. They've been charged for things that they're going to jail for a long, long time, and unless they've got an officer who is prepared to be a little bit gentle with them, instead of saying, right, bam, you're in jail now, it's your own fault, that's not going to get them nowhere, that. You need someone like yourself who knows, wow, this lad needs his eye keeping on. Just, you know, you can suss them out yourself. You know if someone's depressed, you know if someone's being quiet, you know if someone's got the worries on their mind. You can suss it out.
How do you think now, like going back to 23-hour bang up, which people seem to be missing, you know, people who are, you know, authorities on prison and who are campaigning for prisons, everyone seems to be missing the fact that they're not able to retain staff, there's not enough staff, and we're going back to the old days of being banged up all day. You know, how do you think that's going to affect the prison population now? Having gone through 20 years where you've been out on a landing, so you know me, I know you, I'm watching you because you're up to no good, jimming about like a jeep chat, like you used to be.
Yeah.
How do you think it'll affect the population now at a prison? Because they are going to be, irrespective of what anyone says, they're going to be banged up pretty much all day.
It's like I say, it seems like it's going backwards rather than forward, because the last time I was in prison was 2 years ago, and unless there's hardly any labour in prison nowadays, so there's no work. No, you're doing some serious bang up. Well, as I say, labour, we call it labour, don't we?
Yeah, you call it labour, yeah.
There's no, so you're doing serious bang up, and those lads who have got problems, who are behind that door, that's when that spice comes under the door. That's when that person says, how come you're banged up all day and it don't bother you? Because I'm off my fucking head every day. And before you know it, because, like I say, 2 years ago was the last time I was in prison, and it is gone to the balls. It's absolutely crumbled. Everybody is rather on it or know someone who's smoking it.
Did you ever take it?
Yeah.
How dangerous is that drug?
You see, I used to see people on it, and I used to see them on the landings, and I used to see, but it never affected me like that. And the reason it didn't affect me like that because I was warned when I very first started. When I thought, oh, I'll try this, I was treating it like I was told to smoke it.
As something dangerous.
I was putting
tiny.
Nothing, there was hardly anything in it, and that was giving me the effect as a normal spliff would. Yeah, I'd see lads who'd put it in it, and they just zombied. But it never, ever did that to me because I knew exactly how much to put in it. And not only that, I wouldn't have liked to have been vulnerable.
Lee Marvin said that. It leaves you vulnerable. You take too much of that, you definitely, you know, you're not on your guard or anything like that. No.
And in prison, people to settle scores is the best place to settle a score, especially if you're as vulnerable as you can. Not only do they want to hurt you, it gives a statement to everyone else on the landing.
Yeah.
You know, don't mess about with me, basically.
So, last time you were in, was there any sort of relationships with staff? Or people have told me that they don't know anybody, they can't get anything done, you know, you get on your bell for something and you just
I've never known a prison like it at the moment. It's just, like you say, you can be on your bell 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes for even, there's no staff to come to your door.
Yep.
And the staff that do come to your door, they're just not asked anymore. It's just like they don't, it's 8 o'clock, I finish at 5 to 3 minutes to, I'm gone, mate, see ya. That's what it seems like nowadays.
Do you think it'd be a shit job now for staff?
I wouldn't. I always said to my daughter, I'd love you to be a prison officer. She's got a great job at the moment. She works with young offenders.
Yep.
That one in Erland Park House, Park Moss.
Okay.
I always said to her, I'd love you to be a prison officer because you've not only life skills, but it's a job for life. There's always people going to be in prison.
Yeah, of course there is.
Now, it's the furthest place I'd want to be.
So, if you go back a good while, that's when you thought, because that's really surprised me that you'd like to be a prison officer. Now you're thinking, not a chance.
Yeah, prison officers are different to what they used to be then. Maybe because I've been going in and out of prison all my life and I do know a lot of prison officers, but they're just different breed from what they used to be to what they are today. It's like you say, K-Wing, if there was 5 officers on that wing, there'd be 3 okay. 2 right dogs, we know what we're on about.
Yep.
And there'd be 3 that was decent. And if that dog, well, he was in the office all the time anyway, but if one of them dogs was on the landing and he was on your landing, you've got fucking problems. You're getting nothing done.
Explain, right, we aren't mentioning no names, we can talk about this after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would there be one officer, now if I said, right, worst officer you ever come across? Or top 3, is there anyone springs to mind?
Yeah.
What reasons, in your mind, was that a bad officer?
Bully is a bully.
Explain how they bully you. Are you talking about coming in your pad and threatening you?
I'm talking about everywhere, threatening you, assaulting you, stitching you up, dragging you off the netting when he's legally not entitled to, just having his own authority. Once he was Oscar 1, he was the fucking dog.
We'll talk about who it is after, yeah. On the same score, other than myself, is there someone who, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll ask. Those that are new to the channel, I used to have a manager. I talked about me in the first book, Bertie Bassett, Mr. Burt, yeah. You know Mr. Burt very well.
Yeah, of course.
So Mr. Burt, he started out as an officer, then a senior officer, next level, then a principal officer, next level, and then governor. Mr. Burt, for me, and I'm going to ask you after, all the way through his career, very shouty. If you did something wrong, when I were on K-Wing, he'd rag you in office and give it you. But 2 minutes after, be like, Miss Samworth, come here. Can you do us an early start tomorrow? Will you do me this? Because it were forgot.
Yeah, he's an old school proper.
Yeah, and I think, well, you tell me, did you like him?
Yeah, yeah.
Did he have you in his office and say, right, you...
Many a times give me warnings.
Warning, we know what you're up to.
I should be putting this in this book now, but I'm not. The next one's a write-up and you're in basic, so I'm letting you know now. Yeah,
give you a squeeze.
Times. Yeah, of course.
Give you... In fact, lads like yourself, when you come on the wing, before you'd even settled, or maybe got in your cell, he'd have you in office, he'd look at your file. If you had a couple of warnings, he would tell you, wouldn't he?
Of course he would, yeah. He'd let you know straight away. He'd even let you know. He's one of those officers, if you met him that first day, and he liked you, you'd be the cleaner the next day. If he took a shining to you, you're doing well on that wing. And he wasn't, like you say, he wasn't cheated him like we cheated him. He cheated us.
He talked to you in a proper way, didn't he?
Yeah.
He told you how it was. He didn't like go behind your back.
No.
I know a lot of lads who've had write-ups maybe off snidey staff who hadn't told them. Yeah. Me, I think if me and you have a bit of a ding-dong, that's enough. There's staff who then go and write you up and not tell you, which means you could face punishment, couldn't you?
You'd need to have pissed him off for him to write you up.
You would, but he would tell you.
He'd tell you, right?
But on the same score, if someone had written you up and you didn't know about it, he'd just sign it off. Right, we're going to give you a squeeze. So back then, when you were on a wing, let's say you were on K-wing, which you're on plenty of time, could you notice there were 2 weekends, right?
Yeah.
Div 1 and Div 2. So me, I was always Div 2. So for me, as staff, we used to call Div 1 alpha males. Yeah, there were a few lasses on, but they were all different to us. My weekend were always quiet. Would the staff who was on make or break a weekend for you?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. There's nothing worse than having that your weekends is a weekend because it's completely different in jails. You know, you've got a routine Monday to Friday, but weekends is yours. So
it's laid back, innit?
Yeah,
it's like if you did a job Monday to Friday.
It's your time to do what you need to do, basically.
Yeah.
Do all your laundry, do your cell, you know, a proper clean out.
Yep.
And if that officer is not playing ball, you can turn. You just needs one no, or if you're entitled to it and you're getting it, you can't really argue. But if he's something and he's not an officer who's got something about him and he's not, don't give a shit. He's not having too many of his out all at once. It's too much. Oh yeah, you can. Many a times I've just locked myself away.
There's things that are important to you as a prisoner, isn't there?
Yeah,
Mr. Burt, like Mr. Burt when you were on, yeah. If you're on a main shift or a late shift, which means you're on till tea time or afternoon, about 4 o'clock, mail. He will call you to office. If you forgot about it, Mr. S, get the mail given out.
Yeah.
Mail's important, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah.
And there is some staff who, again, I'm not dogging on people, but there's people who either didn't understand or didn't give a shit.
I think he more didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't hand it out, but he made sure that everyone got the mail. So when he was in charge on that wing, you all got your mail every day when you should get your mail. And
it was a different wing. It was a different wing. You could tell the atmosphere with different SOs, different. Even the prison officers' atmosphere was different with different SOs on.
Yeah. You will have seen this as well. You see me, I were always the same person. Don't matter who SO were. Some staff had changed, wouldn't they?
Of course they would,
because Mr. Burt wouldn't tolerate any slacking.
Yeah.
If exercise was supposed to be at 10 and it got to 1 minute past, he'd be on landing shouting us out, wouldn't he?
Lock them up, get them unlocked, yeah.
Yeah, effing and jeffing. So
he'd have been a good prisoner. He would. He'd have been a listener, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course he would, yeah. Explain what a listener is, because not everyone understands.
A listener is basically is a trusted prisoner who's thought of as maybe being a bit of an influencer, can help a lot of people.
Yeah. Someone who'll listen to you if you've got problems.
Even spend the full night with you, but genuinely, you don't really get many listeners who are taking the piss. You can't blag a listener's job. You've got to be chosen, picked in your courses.
Yeah.
And them lads who are listeners, me personally, I think they don't half help.
It's a worthwhile job,
oh,
innit?
Yeah, they do,
you know, where you might not feel comfortable talking to an officer, you'll talk to another lad who's going to sit and listen to you.
Especially someone who's got a bit of experience, who's rather been in a long time or doing a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they deserve a lot more credit than what they do, them listeners. They do more work for speaking wise, I'm on about, than most of the prison officers.
Did you have much to do with prison governors?
Adjudications.
Just on adjudications. Yeah. Could you see the difference in some governors?
The best governor I've ever met is...
I'll tell you what, if you're going to talk about best governor you've ever met, I don't mind if you mention the name. It's not like slagging someone.
Mr. Friel's the best governor I've ever met.
Where was he?
I met him in Risley after Strangeways riot.
Why was he a good governor?
He would go out of his way.
So I tell you what, for me, he's a good governor. I don't care whether they can manage. If they care about people, both sides of the door. Because a governor, you know, if they're in charge, they might have to make a decision at a weekend if they're duty governor. If there's an incident and a governor turns up, the incident's dealt with, there's going to be managers there. For me, a good governor is somebody who'll look people both sides of the door, prisoners or staff, and make sure everyone's all right. And approachable. So as a prisoner, because these governors I've met who'll go like, they put their hand up, go and speak to your landing staff.
Or the chief, back in the day, you used to have a chief who used to walk all the time with Mr. Friel. And if there's another governor, that chief would have been stopping him. It used to be called the chief then, didn't it?
Yeah, they had chiefs.
And he used to stop, but Governor Friel would make sure that he'd stop and speak. There's another one as well, Strangeways, not talking 10 years ago. One of the best governors I've ever met, Governor Bell. Big guy he was. Not a lot of people liked him, but I could not have knocked him because I seen what he did for people and he did a lot for me. So, and he didn't need to whatsoever. He didn't need to go out of his way to come to my cell and give me information that he used to give me because I was going through a bad time at the time with my wife. And do you know what? I can honestly say that guy probably saved my marriage one time.
Really?
Yeah. I'll never forget it. I was in a bad way. I was I was expecting
the worst.
Maybe a L place, and my head totally went, and he knew me because he knew me from back in the day. He put me right.
Did prison officers ever make phone calls for you?
Yeah, plenty of time.
For what sort of reasons, like?
I've not been able to get hold of my wife today. This has been an incident. Obviously, as you know, boss, I'm getting banged up at 8 o'clock. Yeah, no problems. Give us your number. Right, so I've just made that phone call. I'm going now. Yeah, everything's fine, but...
How important was that?
Oh... People, unless they know, you can't... If you're behind that door and you're waiting for someone to make a phone call for you, it might seem... But it's the biggest thing in the time. Just to get that reply, even there was no answer. Just to know that he's rather done it.
Come back and tell you that they tried.
Many a time. I can't honestly say I've come across many dogs because I don't interact with them. I know who they are, so I try and stay away from them. Only if I desperately need to go to that officer will I go. I'll try not to have any conversation with him. I won't, I won't be, blah, blah. I just don't interact with him. I know who I'll have to see. And if I know that someone's on in the afternoon, because you do get to know when certain officers are on.
Yeah, of course you do.
They might say, I'm on late this week, or I'm on early this week. So as a lad, one of the lads, So I'd wait. So if I needed something doing on a Monday, I wouldn't ask the officer in the morning. I'd wait till the afternoon.
Have you ever thought about the fact that, like when I were on K-Wing, never had a minute to myself, because you're either, you're doing something on the wing, like the stuff you had to do, or dealing with stuff for people, or talking to people. Have you ever thought that the dogs get a bit of an easy life? Because if I'm working with a dog, and like you say, your missus, you're going to come to me, aren't you?
Well, yeah, because that dog's on the floor just there. No one's approaching him because no one, that you getting fobbed off.
Do you think they get an easy life of the prison
officer? Of course they do, yeah, because they don't have to do nothing. And that's the way that, to me, it feels like it's right. If they don't want nothing off me, I don't have to do nothing. There's plenty of officers like that, plenty of them.
So would you think, a good member of prison staff is just someone who's going to listen, you know, listen to what you have to say or whatever.
Someone who's got a heart, that's the main thing.
Yep. And they're going to come back to you, even if they're telling you something you don't want to know.
Yeah.
You'll appreciate the fact to come back. Look, I've tried to phone your missus, can't get through. You'd appreciate that.
Of course I would, yeah.
So, although it's probably a difficult question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So, if someone quite young or whatever age come to you, maybe one of your mates, and said, my daughter is thinking about being a prison officer, or can you give us, she is going to be, she's made her mind up, can you give her some advice? What advice would you give to a new prison officer?
Just to be yourself. Just to be yourself.
That's one of mine, you know that. Be yourself, yeah? Be a bit humble, I always say.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
And speak to them how you want to be spoken to.
It's all in the same bracket, isn't it? Just be yourself.
Yep.
You can't change, if you're going into the prison officer's job, you can't change your ways. You're going to be found out. If you're a dog, you're a dog. If you're a decent officer, you will get found out, because the environment you're in, the things that you're asked to be done, you know, like say, a little minor thing for that officer to do could be nothing at all, but for him to have done it could mean the world. Boss, can you find out if my private cash is here? Boss, can you find out how much I'm getting wages? Some of them will just say, right, I'll check you later. Some of them will actually write it down if they're not doing nothing, walk into that office, get on that computer, come back out with it on a piece of paper and pass it on.
So, don't comment whether you like him, we can talk about it after. So you know who Mr. Redfern is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be on the force. I'll tell you about Mr. Redfern. I know, like some people have seen him as a dog, how he sort of had his landing, but it was always quite disciplined. But however, I know if you went to Mr. Redfern, even if he didn't like you, maybe, or you didn't like him, and you had a problem,
Well, I like Mr. Redfern.
He was one of them who would sort it out.
Yeah, I like Mr. Redfern. He's a decent officer, yeah.
Why was he a decent officer? Why would some people see him? He was very different to me.
Yeah, he was
very different to me, weren't he?
Yeah, but he was more a bit louder. He was a bit louder.
Oh, I was pretty loud.
No, but he was like, he would make sure you heard him. If he was,
oh yeah,
he would make sure you.
No, you're making me laugh now, because he would point and it'd be like.
Yeah, that's Mr. Redfern.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just approachable. Wasn't he? Just a decent officer.
Yeah. I think probably he had more problems with staff because of how we were.
See, with Mr. Redfern, he was always for the lads, though. He was always he was laughing more with the lads, having the jokes, and he'd give you a little dig, and you know, as you're walking past and things like that. And the other officers, they must think, you know, wouldn't it be great to have that kind of relationship with, you know?
Yeah, very different. I'm looking at me. I always got on with him. Me, quite happy with how he did his. If somebody said to me like, "Would you have if you had a wing? Would you have Mr.?" Yeah, I would have him on it. I'd only have one of him.
Yeah,
There'd only be room for one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't want 10 of him, but yeah, I would, because he did the job right. So
He's the kind of officer like yourself who you used to invite him to have a game of FIFA. He's that kind of officer, isn't he?
you never invited me in your cell to have a game.
Well,
of FIFA.
he's that kind of officer.
Why have you brought up PlayStations and that now? People lose the shit over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to ask you off the top of that now. If somebody said to you, right, you've been in jail a lot of times, you get used to it, yeah, but it's not an holiday camp, is it?
No, definitely not.
So having a missus and kids, like you said, you know, at one bit you're having a dodgy time with your missus, it must be stressful for your family having you in prison.
Honestly, like I said, my wife is still with me after the prison sentences I've done, the things I've just like say, just not even profitable. It's not like we can say, oh, he's done this. It's just for being violence, drunken violence, and yeah, she's. And it's like me two kids. They're old enough now, and they both see. I'd like to think that they think I've changed, but yeah.
What do you think they'll think about watching this? Are you worried about that? Are you worried about what people?
No, I don't. No. I think that my wife would be. I think my wife would be. She'd be proud of me.
Good enough. Do you know what? Special screw edition. I've quite enjoyed that. I'm surprised by some of your answers. Not, you know, just how you view it.
Yeah.
Because you never know how view people, you know, how you view other stuff and people. But yeah, we'll leave that there and then we'll get on with a live story, yeah?
That's great, yeah.
Job's a good one. Are you going to try the Alcide? Are you Salford or Manchester?
Salford.
So, you know, how would you... Obviously, I sign off with Alcide, which means I will see you.
I'd say laters.
Laters! We'll go with that, yeah? Cheers.